himself well. And his stuff's always clean.
And he gets it done, too, no doubt. Stock car fans, more news. They've got the West Coast Nationals for the IMCA modifieds and the Sport Mods, and that's going to be going on January 1st through the 4th. Bryson James, standout wheelman from down in Lebanon, Oregon, going to be there. They've got a kind of a cool setup. They're going to be 2 18-car, 25-lap features for both the IMCA mods and the Sport mods. And then from that, there'll be, so that's like 4 features. They're going to take the top 4 from each feature, and they're going to transfer. Now, this is the part I don't really understand, but they're going to transfer to either to the Antioch Speedway on Friday night to run, or Saturday's West Coast Nationals at Merced. So I'm not sure what determines who goes where or why they go there, but nonetheless, you can go to ovalmotorsports.com if you want more information on that. I'm just giving a shout-out. And also on that same docket is the Northern All-Star late models. They're going to have their first point race there. And if you haven't seen dirt late models before, I'm going to tell you, they're awesome. They really are. Hiking up the left front, I mean, you can't even imagine how they see, but they put on a heck of a show, and there's a bunch of cars there. I almost forgot, too, on the karting side of it, Jake French, I saw signed with Sodi Kart, and I believe it's the Dallas Karting Complex. Somehow they're tied together. Where has Sodi been? I mean, you don't see much of them, at least not around here, do you?
You don't see a lot of them around our area. They are a good car, though. I've sold a couple of them with the help of Dallas Karting. They're a good car. They're well put together. They have a really strong factory presence, just not up in our area since I believe it was Luke Vasquez before the Black Flag took off. He was doing Sodi Kart up in the area for quite a while, and that's, I believe, where Aaron came from.
Yeah, Aaron Nelliton,
yep.
Standout, yeah, for sure. And I think also Terry Lawrence drove for Sodi Kart, too. He was a part of that factory team a while back. I know Aaron said something about they were together. You know, he came after Aaron was already there. But so Terry Lawrence was a former Sodi Kart standout. So yeah, that's good news. I don't know much about Jake French. I know he's more on the national level, but nonetheless, it must be a great choice for them. I mean, do you know much about Jake French?
I've only seen him a couple times, so
yeah, that's
they wouldn't have picked him if he wasn't worthy.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. Circle Track Magazine, you stock car fans, they've come out with a cool series too. The only problem I see with this is it's all in the Midwest and in that area, but it's called the Great American Racing Series, and the cool thing is it's not late models. It's for the street stock guys, and you have to know the street stock guys are kind of like what do I want to say? They're kind of like sort of like the 4-stroke guys in karting in a way. They're kind of the redheaded stepchild. They kind of get overlooked and like it isn't important. But boy, some of those guys work very hard, and you still got to be able to wheel. And in some cases, you got to be able to wheel more when you wheel one of those. But they're going to have 10 events, and they're going to be going to Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Now, that's what stinks, is it's all back there. But the thing is, we got to remember is somebody stepped up to do this thing. There's a $30,000 purse per event. I mean, that's some pretty good dough. So somebody is believing in this thing, and they've got behind Circle Track Magazine, which you can't go wrong. If you do anything going left, you need to be on Circle Track Magazine because they've got tons of information. It's more on the technical side, and they do good things. But it's $5,000 to win for a street stock feature. That's pretty cool. And then at the end of the year, the champion is going to get a $10,000 bonus. So street stock lovers and street stock drivers, hang in there. I mean, I think this might be a good deal. And if this catches on, I'm sure this will go really all over the country. And what a perfect stepping stone, in my opinion, for the go-karter. because the street stock would be the next. I mean, if you didn't have loads of money, that would definitely be the next stop if you wanted to do something. And then you have a national series that's getting national recognition and paying some decent purses. That's a really slick deal, and that's the Great American Racing Series. So lots of new kind of. I think it's kind of refreshing to see that the dollars haven't hurt. I mean, we're coming up with a couple new series. Granted, they aren't karting things, but still they're kind of on that stepping block from go-karting.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that the economy up here is definitely on the rebound. And, the low-cost four-cycle programs in the karting, I think that's helping getting some of the grassroots guys back out. And then, of course, then you got the national quality drivers that the Can-Am's bringing in with the Rotax packages, which kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum as far as in the karting world goes. But there again, it seems to be doing fairly well, and it's bringing in some national quality drivers to our area up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for so long, in my opinion, the step has been huge. So you go from karting, and there hasn't been that first step. You've got to go like maybe 3 steps or 4 steps, which in a lot of cases, financially, that makes it pretty hard to do. But if they had one that was maybe a step or step and a half above when you came out of karting, that's going to be real helpful for some of the guys to maybe get some national recognition and get those rides or at least get on the road to those rides to the higher series. What do you think?
Yeah, and these the series you're talking about there, actually, it gets the drivers out in front of more of the general public, not just the racing community that goes to the karting races.
Absolutely. I mean, that right there, I think, is one of the biggest things that karters have to realize is, you want to get yourself out there, and that's where a lot of the national events like the Can-Am series and all that, it's more on a national level. And by the way, their first race is April 26th, and I think they kick things off in Chilliwack up there. So if you've never been to Chilliwack, that's a driver's track, is it not?
Yeah, it's a super fun racetrack. There's a lot of curbs that you can use. It doesn't really seem to upset the car that bad. It does hold water, though, when it rains, so make sure you got your booties and your rain gear with you.
For sure. So that the Can-Am is going to start. They're going to go to Chilliwack. They're going to go to McMinnville. Or no, are they at Mac? They're at Mac. They're at Medford, and the other one.
That goofy track down there, Pat's Acres.
Oh yeah, that's the last race of the year. So the first 3 of them are going to be 2-day shows, like normal. Saturday's a race, Sunday's a race. But that final at Pat's Acres is going to be it can't be a throwaway, and it's a 2-day show. It's going to be qualifying and heat races on one day and finals, I believe, and a heat race and a final on Sunday. So that should be pretty good. What are your thoughts on going to Medford? Are you a fan of that?
I've always liked the Medford track. I really don't like the drive to get down there, but once you're there, the facility is excellent.
Yeah, and they've done a lot of updates on the racetrack because of those grands last year. Unfortunately, the turnout wasn't the best. I mean, we had some shifter guys there that there were no shifter guys. So basically, I think they ran 80 shifter, and that was it. But they did do a lot of repairs, a lot of curb work, and they've enlarged the pits. So I think that's definitely a plus for Raleigh and that whole series. I mean, I hope it takes off and does well. I really don't like all the animosity towards this series versus that. I mean, everything's got to do good. If one does good, I think it helps the whole sport.
Yeah, I know. Like you said, there's a lot of backbiting, I guess, with the Gold Cup and Can-Am both trying to exist up here. There's just a small amount of karters in our area that, like you just said, Tara, we all got to just try to get along. Some of the racers are going to want to do the Can-Am, some are going to want to do Gold Cup, some are going to want to do both. So I don't see that there should be a big problem with that, but there does seem to be some people out there that are just anti one or anti the other, And here I am. I plan on doing them both if I can.
You know, and I stand corrected. Thank you, Jennifer. I guess there is no MAC. It's Chilliwack, Medford, Pats Acres, and Tri-Cities. So I take that back. My apologies there. So they'll start out in Chilliwack, yeah, and then they go to, I think it's Tri-Cities, then Medford, then Pats. Question for you, Doug, came from your driver. What do you think of the new EVO package that Rotax brought to the table?
I think the new package, I mean, from what I've been doing research on, been talking to the guys back at Rotax, it looks like it's going to be a really nice package overall. They do have an upgrade kit that's available. You can check that out at, GoRotax.com. We have some information up at my site as well. That's HuglerRacing.com. They're not available yet, but when they do become available, hopefully everyone's going to get them on about the same day as far as the dealers. But as soon as we get ours, we'll have it on there, and we'll compare the brand new motor package to the upgraded motor package. So I think it's going to be a really good deal for Rotax, what they've done.
That's super. The one I was reading, I went online and I checked out the Rotax, and I was reading in there where they said if you didn't have a motor, don't worry. These update kits will be provided to you at a reduced cost, or for some at no charge. I'm not sure I fully understood what determined whether or not you got something at no charge or not, or what.
That was basically when you purchased your engine. If it was purchased within the 12-month warranty period, then the no charge for the upgrade kit. So for the guys who bought brand new engines this year, according to Rotax, the information that I've been getting so far, keep in mind none of this, like Terry said, is written in wool.
Yeah, dyed in the wool.
Dyed in the wool. But according to everything that I've been hearing, if it's within the warranty period, that the upgrade will be taken care of by Rotax, and then the other kit is going to be taken care of directly through the importer, as far as for the carburetor, the wire harness, exhaust valve, and coil.
Awesome. Before I go any further, I don't want to forget this, because this is pretty important. He was a UAS big speedway guy down in California. His name was Robert Bates, and unfortunately, Mr. Bates has passed away. I checked it on Facebook just because of all the speedway guys posting it up, and really I read it, and it touched me pretty good. The guy seemed like he was a whale of a guy. I didn't know him personally, but they're going to have a celebration of life for Robert on December 19th at the Weekend Paradise in Lake Elsinore, California. I guess everybody is encouraged to come there. Those of you listening down in California, Gibbers and all those know him. I guess he was a true Christmas kid, and he loved Christmas time, and he was a heck of a racer. His last 5 events, he won all 5, and I'm just you just hate to see it. Just hurts when one of the racing community goes down. I mean, and passes. It's obviously he was way too young, and I just want to give my thoughts and prayers and everything to the whole Bates family. I know I didn't know him, but nonetheless, he was still a racer, and I wish I could be down there and be able to go to that. But our prayers are definitely with you. And rest in peace, Robert. And lastly, I've got a call coming. We're going to be talking with Casey Starr tonight. She's going to be giving us a buzz here at 8 o'clock, and we're going to talk to her about her first win. She got a huge win down there on Sunday at the Salem Speedway, part of their Slideway Saturday weekend. Super Slideway Saturday, because it's a 2-day event. Roger Freeborn been doing a great job down there promoting that. And he's got things going on. They've got a new scoring system down there that uses what do I want to say? Why am I losing my mind here? Oh, the transponders. So that's a good deal. It's a new unit. They're getting everything worked out, all the bugs worked out. So far, I think they've got it